Hi, I'm Erica, and welcome to Abide Movement. The name of this practice is Abide in Contentment. So, this space is here to help you settle to your body, quiet the noise around you, and reconnect with the calm that God has already placed within you. You don't have to earn this moment, you don't have to fix or push through anything. All you need to do is come where you are and arrive right now, just as you are. So just a few things before we begin. So the way that I like to teach is first I demonstrate the movements and then I return to watching you. This is your practice and I want to be attentive to you. If at any time you feel far away, you can just look up at the screen and reorient yourself and use me as an anchor and let's make eye contact. Also have a mat or a blanket available to lay or sit on and 2 blocks. So for today, we're going to start with some grounding and then we're going to move into somatic movements, which were intentionally designed to release stored tension and stress in the body to give us the space and the capacity for ease, peace, and contentment. So let's begin. And just find a comfortable seat. So you can go ahead and be seated in a chair or on the floor. Or if you prefer to be standing, because that's more comfortable for you, you can do that as well. So just soften your shoulders, unclench your jaw. You hold a lot of tension there. Let your breath fall into its natural rhythm and notice the ground underneath you, supporting you without asking for anything in return. Bring your awareness to your feet, your legs, your hips, your spine. And as you settle, hear this truth. God meets you exactly where you are. So take one more slow breath as you arrive. Place one hand over your heart and one hand over your belly. Inhale softly through your nose and let your exhale just be a little bit longer than your inhale. So again, slow inhale and longer exhale. 2 more times, slow inhale and longer exhale. Slow inhale and longer exhale. Guide your neck gently, right ear to right shoulder, then left ear to left shoulder. With every inhale, breathe in joy, and with every exhale, see if you can soften. And just keep breathing this way for a few more rounds as you continue settling. As you continue settling, I want to talk about contentment. So in the dictionary, contentment is defined as happiness and joy, a state of happiness and joy. However, for today's practice, I would like to expand on that definition. So contentment is an inward spiritual state of joy and peace, and it comes from trusting the sovereignty and goodness of our Creator. It's not from external circumstances. Contentment is also a learned behavior, and it's a skill developed over time through experience and learning. Also, contentment is not a passive feeling. It involves choice and intention. So our choice is to cheerfully surrender and accept. It's not about tolerating suffering, but it's about finding joy even when things are difficult. So now we're going to begin our somatic movement sequence. So if you're seated, you can slowly stand. And again, you're not expected to look like me or to match my pace. And just remember that I demonstrate movements and then I stay attentive to you. So for the first movement, we're just going to do shoulder rolls. So you're going to move your shoulders back and down. And as you move your shoulders back and down, just notice the tension that's gathered here. Right? Our shoulders carry a lot of stories. They carry stories of responsibility, of expectation, and pressure. Also, if you prefer, you can lift your shoulders up to your ears and allow a little bit of tension and then softly release them, gently release it back. Lift them up to your ears and release it. Now place one hand on your heart and one on your belly and just notice if anything shifted. And now for the next movement, we're going to do some standing hip sways. So you could just allow your hips to sway gently, either side to side, or you can do a figure-8 motion to really get into our psoas muscles. That's psoas. And the psoas muscles are deep core muscles that connect your spine to your legs. And they can activate quickly when the sympathetic nervous system is triggered. And if this area feels tight or guarded, it's not a flaw, it's a survival pattern. So let's just gently sway and let the swing remind your body that it is safe in this moment. So just continue swaying. And as I was preparing for this session, it hit me that abiding in contentment is something that I have struggled with and something I still continue to struggle with. And you could ask my husband. He sees me, doing a lot of things and driving myself crazy. It's hard for me to sit in stillness because I'm always striving and yearning for more. And when I was thinking about why do I do that, I started thinking about the impact of ancestral and intergenerational trauma. And I realized that I had the core belief that I should be better or I have to be better just so that I could be treated as worthy or equal. And for many of us, especially those who grew up with stress, instability, or trauma, stillness can feel unfamiliar or even uncomfortable. And when your nervous system learns early on that you have to stay alert, you have to stay prepared, you have to stay on, then quiet moments can actually trigger activation. Okay, so let's find some stillness. And let's place one hand on our heart and one on our belly and breathe. Also orient to your space. So a 360 view. Just so that you're in the present and that you're safe. If you have a painting, you can look at that, or if you have a window, you can look out of the window and just return to the present. And for our next movement, we're going to do arm sweeps and soft twist of our spine. And this is really activating our thoracic spine. And it's the area between our chest and our upper back. So just gently twist. And as you sweep your arms up and gently twist, just notice that space between our chest and the upper back. And this area often stores urgency. It holds the energy of push through, keep going, and don't slow down. And twisting here helps unwind that pressure and soften those internal messages. So go ahead and continue gently sweeping your arms and twisting your spine. It could be as fast or slow as you want. All right, and now gently, let's find some stillness for a second. And again, let's place one hand on our heart, one on our belly, and breathe. So you notice that I like to do this check-in after every movement, just so we can integrate what we've done and just notice. So now I'm going to start preparing for the next movement. So I'll do it first. It's a supported forward fold. So if you have 2 blocks, You can place them shoulder width, hip width apart. I want you to generously bend your knees and just allow yourself to surrender. And just place your hands on the block. If you have a stationary chair, you can also stand behind the chair and place your hands and just lean forward on the chair so that way you're supported. So you go ahead, begin to forward fold with support. And here we're practicing surrender, not collapse. There's a difference between surrender and collapse. Surrender is chosen, it's breath filled, it's aware, and it's grounded. Whereas collapse is actually what happens to our nervous system when it gives out under overwhelm or too much pressure. So as you stay folded, I want you to stay connected to your breath, your feet, and choose gentleness, not force. And as I was thinking about how developmentally, how our body changes and moves, and I think about older stages of life, I just remember that our elders teach us that rushing is a burden that the body cannot carry forever. So now we're gonna begin to make our way down to the floor. So you're actually going to move into a constructive rest. And I'm going to give you two options. So I'm going to allow you to move to the floor and lie on your back. You have a blanket, mat, or comfortable floor, that would be great. Give you time, no rushing. Take a breath. So if you're on your back, you're going to bend your knees. And you're going to place your feet on the ground and let your knees rest toward each other. You're going to let the back of your body be held. Let your breath soften and let your weight settle. And just let your body be supported without effort. And for the other variation, if lying on your back doesn't feel comfortable, you can roll slowly to one side. Either side is fine. Sometimes side lying, it can feel more contained, more grounded, and less exposed. So just choose the option that your body responds to with ease. And whichever shape you chose, again, just let your breath soften, let your weight settle, and let your body be supported without effort. So if stillness feels challenging, please hear this with compassion. Your body is not misbehaving, it's remembering. It's protecting you the only way that it learned how. And so today we're practicing a different kind of stillness, one that's not forced upon us, it's not pressured, it's grounded and supported. So just stay in your rest position for about 2 more minutes. And don't worry, you don't have to track the time. I got you. Okay, beautiful. So begin to slowly deepen your breath, wiggle your fingers and toes. And before you move, just check in and just notice what rests easier now. Begin to roll gently onto one side and press yourself up into a seated position. Move slowly and just let your body guide the pace. There's no rushing. And again, you can orient to your surroundings, right? 360 view, above you, in front of you, below you. You can even look up at the screen. You can make eye contact, right? I see you and you matter. So now we're going to do a soft humming practice, and I invite you to do it as well. And this humming, it actually supports our vagus nerve, which is the pathway that helps our body shift into safety. It's a gentle voo sound from Dr. Pierre Levine's Somatic work, which informs a lot of the practices that I do. So to do that, and I'll demonstrate, you just inhale softly, and then on your exhale, you make the voo sound. And you want to initiate the sound from your belly and let it vibrate up to your chest. It's going to sound like a foghorn, and you could pick the tone. So it's voo. And this vibration tells your body that you're safe and you can let go. So inhale, you do it now. Voo. One more time. Inhale. Voo. And rest. Excellent. So may your spirit settle into the truth that you have enough for today. And I recommend doing this practice at least 3 times per week to help regulate your nervous system and also enhance your emotional and mental resilience. And when you begin to introduce these practices into your daily flow, what you're going to notice is that you begin to initiate a nervous system reset. And sometimes when we reset our nervous system, we might feel dizzy or a little bit spacey or dissociate. If anytime during the practice you notice big, deep yawns or sighs, that's very normal. And also sometimes emotions might come up to the surface, and sometimes it could be sadness or a sense of grief. Just be compassionate and gentle with yourself and just be a non-judgmental observer of your experience. Also, I recommend writing anything that came up for you today, maybe thoughts, feelings, sensations, or wisdom that emerged from this practice. As you know, I am a big believer in writing and journaling. I believe that writing helps our brain process what our body is communicating. So again, thank you for sharing this moment with me, and I'll see you in the next practice. Stay blessed.